stop right here. Don't rush. Don't scroll. My child, give me 60 seconds. Let me step into your day, into your thoughts, into the atmosphere around you, and hush it for a moment. Just this breath, just this small space. I know how many times you have tried to outrun the ache by running to the next thing, the next sound, the next screen. But this minute is not random. It is not accidental. Heaven aligned this exact moment with the wound you have been carrying so quietly, the one you try to keep moving past so it doesn't spill over your edges. I arranged this pause because I love you, because you matter to me, because I am protective over your future. Your life has been so noisy lately, body tired, but more than that, soul tired. And the noise is not harmless. Distraction looks gentle, but it keeps the bandage damp. It keeps the wound open. It keeps your heart unexamined long enough that pain hardens into a story about who you must be to survive. Drifting doesn't announce itself with sirens. It happens one skipped moment at a time, one unprayed thought at a time, one scroll past your own heart at a time. I am interrupting that drift now. Give me your attention, not because I demand it to prove anything to me, but because your freedom is closer than you think, and you must be awake to receive it. There is an answer coming toward you, a breath you have not tasted in a long time, and it needs a still heart to land inside. If you rush past this, you may miss the instruction that protects your future from the same old poison. Hear me. I saw where it broke you. I saw where you swallowed words to keep the peace. I saw where you went silent because your voice felt unsafe in that room. I am not asking you to pretend that didn't happen. I am not asking you to open the door to people who proved they cannot be trusted. This is the line I am drawing for you. Listen closely. Forgiveness is not about letting them back in. Forgiveness is about letting the poison out. I am not minimizing what they did. I am not asking you to erase the record or ignore wisdom. I am asking you to pause long enough to let me remove what is still leaking into your next step. Release is the beginning of your safety, not the end of it. And I will show you how to guard your heart while you heal. But first, be still with me. Breathe. Let your shoulders drop. Let me hold your attention like a hand that steadies you at the edge. This minute is an appointment. Your heart knows it. Your future will thank you for it. Stay with me. Don't scroll. Don't slip away. Give me these seconds, and I will begin to lift what has been sitting on your chest, so you can stop bleeding into what's next. My child, listen. I saw what they did. I saw the moment the light fell out of your eyes, even though you kept your voice steady. I saw every tear you hid in the bathroom, every forced smile you wore to make other people comfortable, every morning you told yourself, "I'm fine," while your chest felt like it was holding a storm. I saw the nights you replayed it, frame by frame, taking turns blaming them, blaming yourself, and then blaming yourself for blaming yourself. I saw the way your jaw clenched when someone said their name. I saw you rehearse the conversation that never happened, the apology that never came, the resolution that stayed just out of reach. What others saw was the surface, maybe a quieter you, a busier you, a funnier you. But I saw underneath. I saw the sleep you lost, the hours you stared at the ceiling while your mind kept spinning. I saw the sudden waves of anxiety that made your hands shake when your phone lit up. I saw the way your heart learned to flinch at kindness because it wondered what it would cost. I saw the numbness that settled like frost over feelings that used to move easily. I saw how trust felt like a door rusted shut. I saw you scan rooms without knowing you were scanning, measure your words, shrink your needs, apologize for taking up any space. I saw you choose silence because safety mattered more than being understood. Hear me, You were not rebelling. You were protecting yourself. The shutdown, protection. The isolating, protection. The staying busy so you wouldn't feel, protection. The scrolling to keep the ache at arm's length, protection. Those were not evidence of your weakness. They were evidence of your wisdom while you were trying to survive. You were not faithless. You were wounded. You were not hard-hearted. You were guarding a tender place that did not feel safe to show. I saw you stuck in the loop, reliving the words, reliving the look, reliving the way the room tilted. I saw you script the perfect reply while washing dishes, while driving, while showering, telling yourself, if I could just say it right, maybe they would finally hear me. I saw you wait for the chime of an apology that never arrived, checking the message thread, reading old texts like crime scenes, looking for where you lost the trail. I saw you imagine their awakening, picture them finally seeing the damage, feeling a flicker of justice in your chest, and then the letdown when the world stayed quiet. I have held every version of you through it. I caught the tears before they touched the ground. I did not roll my eyes at your reliving. I did not scold your coping. I wrapped you in more mercy than you knew how to receive. And now I am telling you what you need to know. You are not weak for still hurting. Your pain was real. Your pain is real. It is witnessed. It is held by me. So let me bring you to the doorway you have been circling. The question that rises in your chest is the right one, and I will not rush your answer. How do you forgive without reopening the wound or excusing what happened? Stay with me. I will show you. Listen to me now, my child. I am answering the question you have been circling. Forgiveness is not approval. Forgiveness is not pretending. Forgiveness is not rewriting the record or smoothing over what cracked your ribs. Forgiveness is release. It is you laying down your right to revenge and placing the case in my hands. It is you handing me the gavel, the evidence, the late-night arguments you replayed, and saying, you judge this, God. You keep the ledger. You guard my future. Forgiveness is the moment you stop letting their offense be the narrator of your next chapter. Hear me clearly. Forgiveness is not denial. It is not saying it didn't hurt or it didn't matter. It mattered. I saw it. Forgiveness is not instant trust. Trust is rebuilt slowly with wisdom and fruit and time. Forgiveness is not reconciliation by default. Reconciliation requires safety, truth, and repair. It is not owed where there is no repentance or change. Forgiveness is not removing consequences. Boundaries still stand. Wisdom still guards. Justice still has its place. Forgiveness is simply this. You cut the cord that keeps their actions plugged into your peace. I know why you've hesitated. Unforgiveness felt like the last lever of control you still had. It felt like the only lock you could set on a door that had been kicked in. It promised to keep you safe by keeping you angry. But hear the truth beneath the surface. Unforgiveness became a chain. It tied your heart to the scene of the injury. It made you carry them, what they said, how they looked, the way it ended, into rooms where they never should have authority again. It was a courtroom you kept open inside your chest. Arguments stacked like files. Your energy burned on trials that never closed. And all the while, the bitterness that swore it would shield you started to poison the air you were meant to breathe. So I am not asking you to set them free. I am asking you to let you breathe again. My child, this is for you, not to excuse them, not to erase the facts, not to invite danger. This is me protecting your future from being edited by the past. This is me taking the weight off your lungs so hope can expand again. When you forgive, you return the keys of your heart to my keeping. You say, they do not get to drive my days anymore. Here is how you will know you are healing, when you can think of it without hemorrhaging inside, when the memory can enter the room without knocking you to the floor, when your body does not brace like it's about to be struck, when you can tell the truth about what happened and still choose your peace over the argument. This does not mean you've forgotten. It does not mean you've lowered your guard. It means the toxin has been drained from the wound, and the scar is becoming a mark, not a mouth that keeps bleeding. Forgiveness is a doorway, not the finish line. You step through it, and then you learn to walk again. You may take that step more than once. That's not failure, that's flushing the poison each time it tries to return. Let me hold your hand at the threshold. Release what you cannot redeem. Place what you cannot fix into my wise and watchful care. I am not taking from you, I am returning you to yourself. My child, now that you have placed the case in my hands, hear the next instruction that keeps you safe while you heal. Your boundaries are holy. Guard the door while we clean the wound. Forgive and release, but do not return to what broke you. Release the offense, not your safety. Mercy in your heart does not require a key in their hand. You can walk in love and still keep the latch steady. You can bless them and still keep your distance. You can wish them well and still refuse to give them your peace to spend. Do not confuse forgiveness with access. Access is stewardship. Access is earned with truth, repair, and time, if it is ever given again. You are not obligated to reopen communication just because you emptied bitterness from your chest. Silence can be safety. Distance can be devotion to the life I am rebuilding in you. If someone calling them family or history or ministry tries to shame you into open gates, bring that shame to me and lay it down. I am not asking you to be naive to prove you are kind. I am asking you to be wise because you are mine. Guard is obedience, not hardness. The wall you raise now is not made of stone. It is made of wisdom and light. It protects the new peace, the new mind, the new stability I am growing in you. Like fresh skin over a deep cut that still needs covering. There is a season where exposure is dangerous and careful protection is love. A soft heart can live behind a strong gate. Let your heart stay tender toward me while your boundaries stay firm toward what harms you. You owe no one immediate access to the places I am suturing. You owe me your yes to safety. Listen to my practical wisdom, because alignment is not just spiritual, it is specific. Limited contact. Keep it brief, factual, and daytime. Do not explain your boundaries to people committed to misunderstanding them. No late-night spirals when the clock and the memories conspire. Turn off the light and turn toward me. Do not rehearse their lines like a bedtime story. No checking their pages. You are not the investigator of their growth. That surveillance keeps you bound to their shadow. Mute what unsettles you. Archive the thread you keep rereading. Do not keep souvenirs of what broke you. Box them up, return them, or release them. Do not rehearse their words in your mind. Rehearse mine. If contact must happen, bring a witness. Use neutral settings. Know your exit, and leave when peace leaves. If you feel the pull to justify, practice this sentence. For my healing, I am not available for this. That is not cruelty, that is clarity. I know the pang you feel when you draw a line, like you are failing love. Hear me, the guilt is lying to you. Boundaries are not hatred, they are stewardship of what I am rebuilding. They honor the work my hands are doing inside you. Some will call you cold because you will not play the old game. I call you guarded because you learned. Your no is worship when it protects what I have entrusted to you. Your not again is a yes to the future I am bringing. Let me be your witness and your wall. I am not asking you to live looking over your shoulder. I am teaching you to live with me at the door. I will show you who may enter the courtyard of your life, who must remain at the gate, and who must stay outside the fence entirely. This is not punishment, this is protection. Forgive fully and guard wisely. Keep your heart open to me and your boundaries firm toward harm. While we clean the wound, hold the door. I am standing with you, and peace is already adjusting the hinges. My child, let me put my hand on the hidden anchor. You keep replaying it because your heart is searching for safety. The loop is not madness. It is a lookout on the wall, scanning the horizon for what hurt you last time, trying to predict the next wave. You are not broken for revisiting the scene. You are trying to make sense of what did not make sense. Let me show you what is underneath the replay. Beneath the anger that speaks loud to protect the fear that whispers. Beneath the rage is shock, that dizzying betrayal where what you trusted snapped without warning. Beneath the bargaining is humiliation, the ache of being exposed, misread, or dismissed in front of eyes that did not defend you. Beneath the quiet is the fear of abandonment. If I speak, will they leave? If I need, will anyone stay? Beneath the over-functioning is a loss of identity. You started asking, who am I now that they treated me like that? Beneath the shattered plans is grief for the future you had already built in your mind. The dinner tables, the phone calls, the partnership, the safety suddenly gone. I see every layer. I am not offended by any of it. I am here to free you where you tied yourself to survive. Listen for the vows that slipped in when the room went cold. I'll never trust again. I'll never be vulnerable. I'll stay in control. I won't need anyone. I'll leave first. I will make sure they can't touch me. Those vows felt like armor when terror pulsed through you. But armor that never comes off becomes a prison. Those promises you made to pain began to guard the door against love and me as well. They stopped the bleeding, yes, but they also stopped the breathing. I am not shaming you for it. I am inviting you to let me unknot the cords. And hear how the bargaining has been holding you hostage, waiting for a perfect apology, a public confession, a repayment with interest, a scene where they finally say the exact words that make your nervous system stand down. You kept the courtroom open in your mind because you thought closure would be the key. But every night you argued the case, you told your heart, my release is in their hands. That is why you are tired. That is why peace hasn't landed. You outsourced your safety to the one who could not keep it even when they had it. You were not being dramatic. You were trying to find the switch that turns off the alarm. You were trying to control the variables so the past could never ambush you again. But real safety is not you gripping the wheel tighter. Real safety is my hand over your heart. My child, you do not need their acknowledgement to be released. You need my hand on the wound. Bring me the vows, say them out loud with me and let me break their hold. Bring me the bargains, place the ledger in my palm and let me close the courtroom you built inside your chest. Bring me the fear underneath the fury. Let me rewrite it with truth that does not depend on their growth or their guilt. I will not rush you. I will not minimize what happened. I will not send you back into danger to prove a point. I will, however, remove the anchor that keeps dragging you to the bottom when memory swims near. Let me speak to your body that keeps bracing. Let me teach your mind a new script. Let me steady your heart where it learned to flinch. Safety is not out there in their awakening. Safety is here in my presence. And once your safety is held by me, your forgiveness becomes possible without pretending, and your boundaries become light you can live in, not walls you hide behind. Stay with me. The next breath, we will begin the surrender that breaks the chain, not by excusing harm, but by placing your fear into my keeping. My child, now we do it together. 60 seconds. Breathe with me. In through your nose. Slow, deep. Let your ribs widen. Exhale longer than you inhaled. Let your shoulders drop. Unclench your jaw. Unfurl your fists and turn your palms open. Feel your feet where they rest. Feel my presence where your chest has been bracing. I am here. I am not rushing you. We will move like a hand removing a thorn. Careful, steady, sure. Name it plainly. Do not decorate it or apologize for it. Whisper it if you must. Say it if you can. This is what they did. This is what it cost me. Name the room. Name the date if it helps. Name the pattern if one incident blurs into many. Truth is not your enemy. Truth is the doorway we are walking through. Now, say this with me. Say it out loud if you can, or in your heart if that is all you have today. I place what they did in your hands. I place my case in your court. I release my demand for revenge. I release my need to be the judge, the jury, and the warden. I release the right to replay it tonight, and the night after that. I release the fantasy of a perfect apology. I release the story where they finally understand me. I release my surveillance of their life. I release the vows I made to pain, never again, never need, never trust. I release the lie that anger is my only armor. I release their name from the grip it has on my nervous system. I release the weight I have been carrying in my chest. Keep breathing. I am here. Say this with me. I forgive as an act of obedience, even if my feelings lag behind. Heal my feelings as I obey. I am not excusing what happened. I am surrendering it. I am not forgetting the facts. I am refusing to let the facts hold my future hostage. I am not opening unsafe doors. I am opening my hands to you. I choose to cut the cord that keeps their actions plugged into my peace. I choose to be free. Now invite wisdom to stand with your release. Say it, and I ask you for wisdom. What access should be removed? What door must remain closed? What step is safe? Show me who must be at a distance, who must stay at the gate, and who must have no entry at all. Put your no in my mouth and your yes in my feet. Guard me from naivety and guard me from bitterness. Teach me the boundary that honors my healing. Give me language for hard moments. Give me exits when peace exits. Keep me small to drama and loud to danger. Keep me soft with you and strong at the door. Now place it all with me. I place them in your hands. I place myself in your hands. I place the timeline of my healing in your hands. I place the evidence, the echoes, the sleepless hours in your hands. I release, I release, I release. I receive your peace. I receive your protection. I receive your wisdom for my next step. Breathe again, slow and long. Feel how the chain loosens when you let me hold the weight. This did not excuse the harm. This protected your heart. I have the case. I have you. And with every breath that repeats this surrender, your freedom grows steadier under your feet. My child, now hear me as I hold you steady in the hour after release. If it stings after you forgive, you're not failing, you're healing and detoxing from what you carried. The poison is leaving and sometimes it burns on the way out. Do not be surprised by waves, sudden grief that wets your eyes in the grocery aisle, anger spikes that rise and fall like a storm cloud, strange dreams where the old scene replays with new faces, tension in your shoulders or jaw, a hollow feeling in your stomach, a tremor in your hands when a memory brushes by. This is your body unlearning the alarm it learned to live with. This is the courtroom you closed trying to open its doors one last time. This is detox, not defeat. You whisper, if I forgive, will it happen again? Listen to me. Forgiveness does not blind your eyes, it clears them. Forgiveness does not erase discernment, it sharpens it. You did not lay down your guard, you laid down your grudge. Your boundaries remain holy, your no remains worship. Your wisdom is growing, not shrinking. I am not sending you back to dangerous rooms. I am standing at the door with you, teaching you to read the weather of a person's fruit, to spot manipulations without explaining them away, to leave when peace leaves. You will not lose the lessons you bled to learn. You will see sooner. You will step sooner. You will protect what we are rebuilding. Be gentle with yourself in these aftershocks. Healing isn't linear. You are not back at zero. You're learning to walk without chains, and new freedom makes old muscles shake. A stumble is not a sentence. A tear on a calm day is not a reversal. I am measuring your steps by faithfulness, not flawlessness. When you wake up heavy, I am not disappointed. I draw nearer. When the memory catches you off guard, I do not accuse. I anchor. You are doing holy work by staying present with me through the waves. And when you are triggered, here is your reset. Pause. Place your hand on your chest. Inhale for 4, exhale for 6. Whisper this line: I place this in God's hands. I release it again. My peace is protected. Say it once, say it twice if you need. Then redirect. Step away from the room or the feed. Drink water. Stand in the light of a window. Name 5 things you can see. Text a safe person 1 true sentence. I need a calm voice. Do not feed the rumination. When your mind tries to reopen the courtroom, close it with this: I am not available for this trial. If the pull persists, repeat the 60-second surrender you learned. Quick, simple, clear. Leave when peace leaves. Return when peace returns. I am not only healing you from what happened, I am preparing you for what's coming. The strength you feel building under grief is not an illusion. It is capacity for the next good thing I am sending. The clarity you are gaining will protect new connections, new assignments, new joy. This is why I moved you to release, so you would stop bleeding into your next season. Let the waves pass. Let the detox finish its work. I am here, steady as ever, guiding you into the peace I have been guarding for you. My child, look with me at the doors that shut and the roads that suddenly curved, the silence that followed your brave reach, the friendship that faded without a fight, the invitation that never came, the thread that went unread, the meeting that couldn't be scheduled, the chemistry that cooled when you finally told the truth. You called it punishment. You called it proof that you are too much, too late, too complicated, too needy. Hear me, it was protection, not random, not accidental. I tightened hinges to keep your future from spilling into the same old traps. I watched the moment you would have explained yourself until you were empty. I heard the offer that sounded like affirmation but was really a leash. I saw the pattern setting up for a repeat. Love without reciprocity, access without accountability, charm without character. So I intervened. I let the message go unanswered because the conversation was a trap. I allowed distance to grow because closeness was costing you your core. I let their attention drift because their attention was not the same as their care. I changed the timing, the route, the algorithm, the appetite, not to deprive you, but to deliver you. Remember the sudden weariness that made you cancel? The flat feeling that said, "Don't go." The conflict that revealed what flattery hid? Those were not cosmic errors. Those were my hand on your shoulder. I barred the hallway because the room ahead had nails on the floor. I let a certain door lock so you would not move in and bleed there. And this is why forgiveness matters for your forward motion. Unforgiveness ties you to yesterday like an anchor in the harbor, heavy and stubborn, insisting you circle the same shoreline. You cannot run with evidence boxes in your arms. You cannot build with fists clenched around the gavel. When you release to me what you cannot redeem, your hands open for tools instead of transcripts, for assignments instead of arguments. You feel it already, a lightness at the edges of your chest. That's room being made for what's next. Hear me name you so your heart remembers. You are not what they did to you. You are not the rumor they circulated to cover their wrong. You are not the silence they gave you when you deserved a conversation. You are mine, still called, still chosen, still trustworthy with love, now wiser with your gates. Your tenderness is not a liability, it is a garden. Your wisdom is the fence. You can love again with discernment. You can say yes without losing yourself. And you can say no without losing love. Something you have been praying for is close, closer than you think. The answer is not dragging its feet. Your heart is being lightened so you can carry it. I will not lay glory on a soul bent double under old weight. I am not late. I am exact. The closings were not punishments. They were me clearing the runway. I have preserved you from repeated harm, from alliances that drain destiny, from platforms built on people-pleasing. I will redeem what felt wasted. You did not miss your life. You were being aligned to live it. So let this settle in your bones. What felt like loss was a shield. What felt like delay was me buying you future safety. And forgiveness, that brave release you chose, is how you stop bleeding into your next season. Keep blessing from a distance where distance is wise. Keep your boundaries holy. Keep your heart open to me. The door ahead is not closing. It is opening, and this time you will walk through it without the past on your back. My child, here is your commission for the road ahead. Bless them without returning. Release them without reconnecting. Love them without granting access where access is unsafe. Do not confuse a soft prayer with an open gate. You can choose goodwill and still choose distance. You can send up their name to me and still keep your number protected. You can hope for their healing and still refuse to offer your heart as their practice ground. This is not cruelty, this is clarity. This is how you honor what I am rebuilding in you. Bless from a distance where distance is wise. Release the offense and retain your safety. Walk in love and hold the line. Peace will begin to look like this. You sleep again, deeper, longer, without the midnight courtroom reopening in your chest. You wake without checking their page, without rereading the thread, without rehearsing the speech you never needed to deliver. Laughter returns, light and guiltless, like air through open windows. Trust comes back slowly, on steady feet, measured by fruit and time, not flattery and pressure. Your body stops bracing when a message tone sounds. Your appetite for life returns. Colors look like themselves again. You move through rooms without scanning for threat. The memory visits without hijacking your day. And hear this promise. The moment you stop feeding the wound, your mind clears, and my guidance grows audible again. What felt like static becomes signal. Ideas arrive. Next steps form. The fog thins. You begin to know inside the difference between longing and leading, and you choose what I lead. Practice the rhythm that protects you. When the old urge rises, check, rehearse, explain, pause, and repeat our line. I place this in God's hands. I release it again. My peace is protected. Then turn to the next faithful thing in front of you. Drink water, open the window. Send one honest text to a safe friend. Take one small step on the assignment waiting for your yes. Keep blessing from a distance. Keep your gate guarded. Keep your ear turned to my whisper. I am not measuring you by speed. I am guiding you by peace. If your heart knows this is for you, anchor it publicly. Write these 7 words where others can see them. I release and I guard my heart. Comment it, declare it, and share this with the one still stuck in resentment, the one replaying the same scene alone. Let them borrow your courage until theirs wakes up. Alignment grows when you bring your yes into the light. Now receive my blessing. I bless your sleep with rest. I bless your mind with clarity. I bless your discernment to read fruit, not charm. I bless your no to remain steady and your yes to be clean. I appoint peace as the umpire in your chest. I station protection at your gates. I silence the accuser who calls wisdom cold. I loose joy where sorrow has camped. I open the door I guarded for this moment, and I send you forward without the past on your back. My child, I was there then, I am here now, and I will lead you forward, one clean breath at a time. Peace is your portion when you release what poisoned you. Bless them from a distance, guard your heart, and walk with me. The way ahead is bright, and you will not miss it.